You're listening to Hotepish with your host, Dwan B. Intelligent ish talk, intelligent shit talk, where we balance the profound with the profane. Celebrity and expert guests, information and entertainment, conversation and solutions. Leave your feelings at the door.
What up, y'all? I'm over here, had my iTunes playing in the background, didn't even know it was playing. Shit. YouTube, don't take the video down. I didn't know it was playing. I wasn't listening to that. Shit, I was rushing in here from my smoke break. You dig what I'm saying? Welcome here. Welcome. We about to have that intelligent-ish talk, that intelligent shit talk. What's up, Quan S? What's up, By the Time? What's up, Free Truth? Highway J. We up in here. How y'all doing? Yeah, we are here to talk about it. What's up, Bosa Quinny? What's up, everybody that's in here in the chat room? Thank y'all for joining me. Get your pre-sale tickets now. Not pre-sale, your pre-show tickets now. Vulcan Gas Company, Austin, Texas. We will be there. Craig Facts Live, 4 shows. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. Get your tickets. Get your tickets now. We are here. Dirty South in this juke joint. What's up, 5150? What up, y'all? Corey gonna be at the Improv tonight too, performing. I love watching Corey on stage. I want to go down there, but it depends on how my voice is. Depends on how my lungs are. I gotta be good for this weekend. You know what I mean? I went to a cigar lounge on Saturday, and I forgot. Me and cigars don't do too well in the wintertime when it's cold outside. When it's warm, I could do a cigar once a month, once every couple weeks, once a month. But in the cold months, I generally don't fuck with cigars. I generally don't do cigars in the wintertime because, it gives that little flim wumpty whams, you know what I mean? But I just drank some mullein tea last night, and I'm drinking some more mullein tea today, and it's kicking that all out. Oh, you say you're going to see Corey in Chicago next week, Ivor? That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, Corey and Slink gonna be at the Improv. Both of them is my cats. As a matter of fact, I need them both to. I already got them both ready to do a quick Hotepish drop for me. But the clothes that I ordered for them, the shirt that I got for Slink is in, but the hoodie that I got for Corey ain't in yet. And I want them to do a drop for the show, wearing the gear. They both said that they'd do it. So, damn, I wish the shit was here today. I'd get that handled tonight. Yeah, that smell from the cigar lounge is heavy. It's thick. That cigar lounge smell is thick. What's up, Joshua Wright? Elliot Thomas, Mickey Knox. Yeah, we here. Smash that like button, share. And subscribe if you haven't already done so. And subscribe if you have not already done so. We are here today talking about Pseudo Gangsters. Pseudo Gangsters. People that know when to be gangster and know when to fall in line. I'm bringing this up today because I think it's a major issue within our community as Black Americans. Somehow, Black and gangster became synonymous. And I don't like it. Black and gangster have become synonymous over the last 30 years, and I don't like it. Why don't I like it? Because we ain't gangsters. We're not gangsters. Our position is the people that we call gangsters now, just responding to conditions. They ain't gangsters. You're not gangster when you can only be gangster with people who look like you. That ain't very gangster. Gangsters are gangsters with everybody. Gangsters are gangsters with their own people. And they gangsters with other people who ain't their own people. You're a gangster all the time. You're not a gangster huffing and puffing and tough when you're around other Black people who can't do nothing. And then the minute Mr. Jim show up, you howdy ho there, Mr. Sir, let me show my teeth. It's not gangster. It's not gangster. When Black people are doing something, you can know how to be huffing and puffing and blowing the house down. When white folks come and do the same thing, oh no, that's just Mr. Jimmy, That's just how Mr. Jimmy act. That's just who Mr. Jimmy is. Mr. Jimmy don't mean nothing, no mind. Oh, what's up, Eddie? In the chat room. I ain't seen you at the Improv in a minute, Eddie. I think I'm gonna be up there tonight. Roll up. But we ain't gangsters like that. Now, not to say we don't have gangsters, we do. But the Black gangster class has always been the business people. It's always been the business ones. This whole street shit that we've been doing over the last 100 years, man, it ain't about shit. All this street shit is a response to our conditions. as evidenced by the whole gangster thing didn't really become a thing until we started moving to the north and to the west into major cities. And when you go back and look at the history of the gangs in the inner cities, a lot of them started as a response to the environment that they were in. White terrorism. Those were the original gangsters, protecting the neighborhood from white terrorism. Those are the OGs of the hood. What's up, Jayla, in the chat room? What we've had post-1960s, post-1970s are the bastard childs of the gangsters. There was a great documentary back in the day called Bastards of the Party, talking about that here in LA. And that was such a great title for the project, for the film. Because the people that we've been dealing with over the last 50 years in the inner city are the bastards of the gangsters. The bastards of the gangsters. The men have been slowly extracted out of the inner cities, out of the inner streets since the 1960s. It started slowly in the 60s. And it went into hyperspeed in the 80s and the 90s. Because a lot of these gang injunction laws took a lot of the real leadership out within the gangster community. And your black businessmen, the true gangsters, the ones who really stand up to what's going on, they started to move into different neighborhoods because of desegregation. Back in the 50s and the 60s and the 40s and the 30s, your black doctors lived right next to your black handmaidens. So what we've been left with are the bastards of the gangsters pretending to be gangster. But in their gangster, they only seem to be gangster towards other black people. I don't respect it. I don't respect it at all. You willing to take if you're willing to take penitentiary chances, but you only willing to do that with someone who looks like you when we're in the middle of a war that's been declared on Native Black America going back to 1619. And people be like, what, man? No, DeJuan, man, that's too much history. You talking about all that history. I lived in 2021. What you mean? All right, stupid. Tell me when the war ended. The Civil War ended in 1865. You know, they're like final dates to other wars that were ended. You know, wars come to conclusions. World War II ended September 2nd, 1945. You know, World War I ended November 11th, 1918. When did the war that European America, that they started on Black America, what year did that end? When did they come out and say, okay, we know we gave you disease blankets. We know we did that thing at Devil's Punch Bowl where we killed 20,000 of y'all after helping us win the Civil War. You know we brought in heroin to your community in the 50s. We know we brought in crack into your community in the 80s and all kind of amphetamines now. And we know we still putting lead in your water, Benton Harbor, Michigan, you know, Flint. When did it stop? It never has. What's up, Larry? Vietnam ended April 30th, 1975. The Korean War ended July 27th, 1953. All of these wars have end dates. When did our war end with white America that they started? It didn't. So you big, bad, bold. You ain't no joke. You wouldn't have let the pistol smoke? Okay. Why you do that shit on your neighbor? For what? Huh? See, people who are true to it, they're like that with everybody. If you're going to be a troll, you troll everybody. If you're going to be a bully, you bully everybody. The United States of America has bullied all four corners of this planet. China got a damn billion more people than the United States, and the United States still be trying to punk them. The United States is some true bullies. If they don't bully you directly, they bully you indirectly through economic warfare and sneaking drugs into your country, hoping that the population gets hooked. These Europeans are gangster to everybody. They hate themselves. They war amongst one another. They fight, shoot, kill, steal from one another. But then they'll cross the train tracks and fight, steal, kill from you too. You ain't no fucking gangster if you only gangster with your own people. You a punk. 50 Cent exemplifies, and this isn't all directed directly at 50 Cent. We're using 50 Cent as a pseudo variable. You know how it was in math when you got into like algebra 2 and calculus and trig. When you have parts of the problem that you need to that you solve later on down the line, you know, one of the tricks is to put in a pseudo variable. Basically, you know, 2x minus 7y equals 3 in parentheses. You know, that's what you're going to solve on the fourth step. So for right now, you'll put in, say, the letter D. And the letter D will stand in for that variable. A pseudo variable. Pseudo is a fake, you know, something masquerading as what's real. Pseudo. You're a gangster. But you only gangster at the variables that look like you. It's fake. Because a gangster is always a gangster. A troll is always a troll. And what's happened in our community is, because of the movies, because of the music, and other things and conditions, we've taken on this whole gangster identity. And at the end of the day, we as a people look like a bunch of clowns when we do it. That clown emoji just ain't for 50 Cent. That clown emoji is for Black America who buys into this bullshit. You right, stay fly pseudo intellectuals. These people are fake. We got too much of that going on in our community. Black people are scientists. We inventors. We engineers. We're philosophers. We ain't gangsters. If we was gangsters like that, they wouldn't have came to America and took our shit. Ooh, that's a tough pill to swallow, ain't it? If culturally we were gangsters like that, they wouldn't have rolled up on our shit and took it. A major reason why they were able to take it is because of our humanity. We got this country taken from us. Africa got its continent taken from them through their humanity. The European didn't just come in shooting and shit. He knows that when black folks are on alert, because we ain't gangsters, but when we on alert, we'll beat your ass. We know how to win when we on alert. So the European didn't come here gang busting. It took them about a little less than 300 years to get coast to coast in America. About 250 some odd years is about how long it took them to settle this whole nation. Because it happened little by little, using our humanity against us. Hey, Potawatomi tribe. Oh no, we're just some white people here. Oh no, you can keep your land. We just want this plot of land over here on the side of the river, on this side of the river. And black folks, native indigenous folks been so calm and cool, like, yeah, fuck it, take it. I ain't tripping. Oh, now we want 10 years later. Oh, now we want a little more piece of land. Hey, matter of fact, can we get a little bit of your land? Oh, we don't own the land. The land is owned by God. We ain't really tripping. Whatever. And then when we cool with them, we get some rum from them, then they handed us disease blankets. Kill off half the tribe. And because when we fought, whether you're talking about the Yamasee Wars or the Mississippian Wars, we as a culture, we value life. So we're not willing to pay the life it would have taken to keep them up out of here. We value life. They don't. And because of that, culturally, that cultural difference, we tend to stand down because we're not genocidal maniacs. We're scientists, like I said before. We're engineers. We ain't gangsters. Our gangster is a response to necessary conditions. We got to know that as a people. As a people, we got to get back on the right track. And the right track is recognizing who we are. We've allowed people like 50 Cent to have all these TV programs. And I talked about this before, and it pissed a lot of you beta niggas off. But I don't give a fuck how y'all feel. I really don't. Shows like Power, For Life. And yeah, on the surface level, For Life is a cool show because it shows how smart a black man is, and he got himself out of jail. But why did he have to go to be in jail to begin with? Every show's a reminder that we either are doing some fake gangster shit or we got to fight against the prison system. Most black people will never go to prison. Constant reinforcement through imagery of black and gangster in jail. Black gangster jail. Y'all know that game, word association. You know how IQ test works. IQ test is just basically association. The game word association. I put this picture up. What do you think? It's a natural thing. It's a communication that goes on without you even voluntarily thinking. We've all played the game word association and Pictionary. All right, remember that game Pictionary? You draw some shit. What is it? So if the terms gangster, prison, black male, gangster, black male, jail, black male, prison, you get into this word association of black, gangster, prison. What happens when that becomes the association of your group? Your group becomes more expendable. Because at the end of the day, yeah, the brother may have gotten himself out of prison, but overall, America doesn't like prisoners. So if they see black and associate black with prisoner, when black person dies, what's the association? If black is associated with gangster, a black kid like Tamir Rice minding his own business with a toy gun, oh, that's a gangster. I must kill him. Word association. Image association. They put these fake tough niggas out front to be the face for black people. So when things happen to black people, the larger society is, I don't really care. Now there'll be stories every now and again that, because certain things like Tamir Rice, George Floyd, these things were caught on camera and it was so extreme, it captured the emotions of America. But capturing emotions don't change anything. Out of all these murders, Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, Rekia Boyd, Philando Castile, out of all these things, what laws have changed in America to specifically protect us as a group? None. Zero. Zilch. Asians got an anti-Asian hate bill. Native Americans just got one about a month ago from Biden. LGBTQ got specific protections, all based off the civil rights legislation that our ancestors fought for, not theirs. What do we get? Nothing. We have no protection. So we have to ask questions. What role do we play in that? Look at the entertainment that's out for us right now. Dudes are either gay or gangsters. Where are the men? Where are the men? And this isn't to cast aspersion on my brothers and sisters who were banging back in the day. Look, most gangster activity happens in teenagers and early 20s. You don't know shit at that age. You don't know nothing at that age. And the way American society is set up, it basically herded young black adults, young black teenagers into those environments. I get it. I get it. I ain't talking about the kids. I'm talking about the adults. When I was a child, I did childish things. I'm talking about grown-ass people who are still claiming that title and making money off of that bullshit label. "50's a grown-ass man." These rappers are grown-ass men. Yeah, you in your early 20s, mid-20s, you grown. I'm tired of lowering the bar. There was once a time in our society, not long ago, that a black man at the age of 16, 17 was in position to take care and raise a family. Now we still calling 30-year-olds kids. Just because things change, just because the dominant society accepts things from us, don't mean we got to accept it. We got to go back in our society to having a standard. and running around playing tough guy in your fucking 50s, that's not a standard. Making TV shows about niggas on some gangster shit ain't a standard. Which takes us back to 50 Cent. 50 Cent is a well-known troll. He still trolls Vivica Fox from time to time. He trolls black people relentlessly. Relentlessly. He don't say much about white folks. And when he do, he starts apologizing. So, let me get this straight. No thanks, motherfucker. Look at this. Madonna calls out 50 Cent for saying some shit. And 50 was right in talking about her original picture. She did look sad. Madonna in her goddamn 60s still trying to pose like she's in her 20s. Madonna, if you don't sit your ass down with them old... No. Madonna, no. The only reason why Madonna was a star to begin with is because the 80s is when they started to dumb down black music, and they stopped re-signing top black acts of the 70s, and they started giving the best music of black artists to white artists. That's the only reason why you even a star. Let's just tell the whole goddamn truth. Like a Virgin was written and produced by Nile Rodgers and Bernard Edwards of Chic. Y'all know Chic. Freak out. Let freak say Chic. Freak out. Well, the Chic singers, people be thinking Chic is just them two women. Were the two women. The two women were the leads. The band Chic was Bernard Edwards and Nile Rodgers. That was Chic. And they would have women, they had these two women sing. Well, in the late 70s, they didn't renew the Chic singers contract. So Bernard Edwards and Nile Rodgers still had great music. So the record label signed them to production deals. And so when you hear that song Like a Virgin, in an interview I heard from Nile Rodgers himself, he said that was just Chic. That's Bernard Edwards on bass. Dun, 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 dun. And Nile Rodgers. That song was going to be a hit no matter who sang it. A one-leg midget could have sang that song and it would have been a hit. That song was a hit no matter who. Matter of fact, it would have been a bigger hit had the original Chic singer sang it, because they can sing better than Madonna. Madonna's just this lame that came up off black culture. That's all she is. I don't like the way she be doing them little black kids that she adopted either, treating them like fucking those little black kids that she adopted from Africa. She be treating them like they in the Nutcracker video, the way she be dressing them, and I don't like what I see from that. But bigger than the race thing, Madonna, you 63, trying to pose like you 20. What the fuck is your problem? Look at this shit. Your old ass. I don't want that. The fuck? Look what she doing. She's in her 60s. What the fuck is you doing with these photoshopped images? Looking like a wet Chico stick. The fuck is her problem? 50 did the right thing trolling her. You don't apologize for this. Bitch, your great grandmama. I guarantee you take the Photoshop off these photos, it's all kinds of craters, thunder strikes, loose meat, and mayonnaise all throughout these photos. The fuck is her problem in her 60s posing like that? Bitch should have stopped this kind of behavior 30 years ago. This shit should have stopped in the mid-90s. Hell, this shit should have stopped by the time Aaliyah came out, goddammit. So 50 goes on and trolls it like he should have trolled, because he is a troll, remember? But he apologized. Same thing with Chelsea Handler. Chelsea Handler went on that little TV show talking about she made him change his vote and all kind of shit. He renounced Trump. Talked about him being a former boyfriend. He didn't treat these two the way he treated Vivica Fox. He didn't treat them the way he treated her. $50 still be trolling her ass. I don't want to play the video because I don't want no strikes. Look at this. Talking about the woman's sex life. Saying all kind of shit. When it comes to black folks, he be having words. And he don't apologize. When it comes to them, I sigh, Miss Millie. I was never gonna do that again, Miss Millie. I just had some things on my mind. It was a bad day. When it comes to a brother or a sister, you got all the heat. I don't respect it. If you're gonna be a troll, be a troll. Howard Stern trolls everybody. I've never seen Howard Stern break down from trolling somebody. I don't even like Howard Stern. Fuck Howard Stern. But I respect Howard Stern. Because at least when he gonna troll everybody. He don't back down. Trolls don't back down. Trolls troll. And that's the thing. Anybody who knows when to turn their gangster on and off culturally ain't a gangster. You're a troll. You're not even a real troll because a troll trolls everybody. A troll is a troll is a troll. A troll don't give a fuck who crossing that bridge. That troll under the bridge gonna troll their ass. I don't give a fuck who it is. Yeah, I forgot 50 trolled Michael K. Williams after he died. Talking about they had a beef. And I like a good troll too, because I like talking shit. Y'all know this show is about the profile. I love talking. Come on, you ain't gonna find somebody who loves shit talking more than DwannBrown. DwannBrown loves some good shit talking. I love a good troll too. But when your trolling got color lines, you ain't useful. Especially if all of the entertainment that you give us is reinforcing a negative stereotype of us. Black, gangster, prison, jail, black, jail, prison, black, gangster, prison, black, prison, gangster, jail, for life, power. Oh yeah, but the power, what is power? Power is black people going at other black people for power, not focusing on those who have the power. So all of us could be powerful if we took it from those who really had it. The reason why niggas is fighting niggas for these little pieces of chump change is because that's all black, quote unquote, powerful individuals have is chump change. You go at the real power, you can get it all. Word association. And people like 50 with their TV programming, live vision programming, they help contribute to the program of the word association, gangster, black. You ever wonder why 50 Cent could get all of his projects funded, but we couldn't get another Friday? You ever ask yourself that? See, Ice Cube, you gotta look real deep into what Ice Cube does. You listen to Ice Cube music, he wasn't never glorifying the gangster lifestyle. He illustrated the gangster lifestyle to tell you where you're gonna end up. That's why we can go back and listen to Death Certificate. The first side of the album, the side A is the death side. Side A is the life side. The death side, showing you where you can end up if you continue on that destructive path, using allegory to tell a story. Summer Vacation. When you listen to that song on surface level, it's talking about setting up a drug operation in St. Louis, in Seattle. It's about expanding your territory from LA. And it sounds like, okay. But then when you listen to the end of the song, he was like, the song ends talking about now you caught. Now your summer vacation is going to be locked up in prison. Then he had a song on that album called Us. He had a song called Horny Little Devil talking about white folks, how you can't take us and you can't take our culture. He had another song talking about Black Korea. You Koreans can't come over and take our neighborhood and treat us like shit. I want to kill Sam because he ain't my motherfucking uncle. And then a song called Us, where he goes back in on black society and the things that we do wrong and how we fuck up. But because the vibration of our society is so low, the only thing black folks remember from that album is No Vaseline. No Vaseline was probably the least gangster song on that album when he was going back at NWA. That was probably the least gangster song on Death Certificate. Ice Cube always had a message within his gangster talk. Then when you look at his movies, Friday, Ice Cube was one of the few. Name another producer, fuck a rapper. Name any other producer that has 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 iconic movie series. Friday, Barbershop, and Are We There Yet? We've been trying to get another Friday for over 10 years while John Witherspoon and Tiny Zeus Lister was still alive. Couldn't get it. But we've had a never-ending conveyor belt of degenerate thug LGBTQ TV. That's why either Cube is what motherfuckers claim Tupac was. That's right, Sherelle Bryant. 50 Cent helps promote black people victimizing other black people. See, what Hollywood does is Hollywood hires broken people to tell broken stories. And then they say, hey, we didn't put that story out. Lena Waithe put that story out. 50 Cent put that story out. Issa Rae put that bullshit out. They hire broken people to tell broken stories. Issa Rae can't find a quality black man. So all of her shows are talking about the type of niggas that she attract. Yeah, those kind of guys are out there, but they're not the majority. They don't represent black men, but that's what she attract. So all them weak ass beta, funny style, sorry type niggas end up on her TV shows. Lena Waithe likes to taste the carpet. She hates men. So all of her stories are going to tell a story that undercuts men and promotes the LGBTQ lifestyle. Ava DuVernay is going to make money pimping the black male plight with no solution for the black male plight. It's going to be a whole lot of when they see it. Oh, it's going to be a whole lot of niggas getting killed on camera. Images left and right of us getting lynched, shot with water hoses, associating black with prison, black with jail. But no real solution to solve the problem at the end of it. They hire broken people to tell broken stories. 50 Cent's a broken ass nigga. People like, man, he got shot 5 times. Yeah, people that have to live that lifestyle of where they get shot 5 times come from broken environments. People that don't come from broken environments don't even end up in that situation unless it was a mistake. Wrong place, wrong time, yeah. That's different. We ain't talking about wrong place, wrong time. People aren't looking for niggas like that come from stable, non-broken environments. Broken environments create those broken situations. So you got 50 Cent being damn near 50 years old of brokenness, telling broken stories. And let's talk about this too. It's not about money either. Because degenerates can get rich and wealthy. Degenerates can get rich. As a matter of fact, in this society, in the entertainment industry, it's the degenerates that do get rich because who's paying them? It's not about how much money somebody has. It's about their pedigree. It's about their pedigree. There's a lot of people that come from broken ass pedigrees that get the funding to tell their broken pedigree ass stories. It's pedigree. And 50 comes from the pedigree that the society likes to push. The broken sector of black society. You want to know who the real gangsters are? Let me point out to you who a real gangster is. This is how the gangster black society used to act before our environments got broken up in the 60s and the 70s. The gangsters were your business, like your hustlers in the 1920s and 30s. Those were always the ones funding the revolutionaries. All right, no. Okay, stop the arguing back and forth between Pac and Cube. You know, they both did great things in different ways. All right. I got my, I got my statements on Pac, but Tupac is a Gemini like me. I get him, but so is Cube. But let's come back to that later, because I do have my issues with certain things Tupac pushed. And I can't necessarily blame Tupac, because I believe Tupac was genuine I believe in his heart he was genuine based on the people I know that knew him. I know about at least a dozen people that have spent lots of time around Tupac. So I do believe he was genuine. But I cannot forget 1995. I can't forget 1995. I'm going to tell this story, then I'm going to go into who a real gangster is. I remember 95, 96 and where we were. When Tupac signed with Death Row and Nothing But a Gangster Party came out, Bill Clinton, Mr. Bob Dole, you too old to understand how the story's told. Rest in shit, Bob Dole passed away over this weekend. I don't have much good to say about any Republican politician that started running back in the 60s, but that's another story. I remember the effect Tupac and Death Row had on Black America, especially here in LA. See, before the whole Death Row thing and Tupac, there was a clear line between the gangsters and the squares. I know because I was on the square side of the game. People who were squares, we knew we were squares. You know what I mean? We never said cuz. We never said blood. Those are gangster words. I'm gonna stay over here. And I told y'all, I'm Crenshaw and Rodeo in this motherfucker. I'm MLK Boulevard. MLK was this other street on the other side of my block. And you know when you live off MLK, you living down the street for some bullshit. I don't give a fuck what city you in. I can speak on this shit from firsthand experience. But I remember when Nothing But a Gangster Party came out and the whole Tupac at Death Row thing came out. That's when all the squares went wholesale into their gangsterism. And I remember looking up like, nigga, why are you saying cuz? You live in Ladera Heights. Ladera Heights is the wealthiest rich black neighborhood in America. Nigga, you live on Corning and Slauson. Why are you saying cuz? You don't need that over here. Niggas living in View Park and Baldwin Hills. Wanting to be gangsters. And I saw that direct effect. Tupac made being a gangster so in vogue, in fashion, and I'm not saying that, we know Snoop was banging before that on record, NWA and all that stuff. And we know that Tupac ain't the first gangster on wax. There were gangsters before him. But Tupac was so cold with it, he turned all these squares into fake ass gangsters. Whether you love Tupac or not, we have to be real with that. That happened. Whether you love him or not, I'm not here to judge either way. You know, as a women, and a lot of that had to do with the ladies too. After Tupac dropped, all the ladies wanted a romantic thug. Yeah, after How Do You Want It came out, all the women weren't fucking with dudes that had their head on straight. Women weren't really giving niggas the time that was when you young. Now later, older one, yeah, but like when you in your early 20s, late teens, the women weren't really showing niggas play that wasn't on that Tupac, how do you want it tip. It changed both the men and the women. For a long time, it was hard in the yard for niggas who wore, button-down shirts and Dockers. In the late 90s, early 2000s, it became about every woman wanted a how do you want it style Tupac nigga. It just confused the internal politics within black society when that image blew up the way it did. Yeah, Lori Brown, Orange County, all the black people in the 90s is when a lot of black people started getting in LA. The 90s is when a lot of black people started to get displaced, started to move from South Central to Pomona, from South Central to Palmdale, from South Central to Riverside, San Bernardino, Orange County, and all of these outer lying areas. What happens when you're black and you're not living around black people? You're going to do what? Turn to the images on TV for your association of what blackness is. And in the mid-90s, blackness got associated with gangsters successfully around the time Tupac signed with Death Row Records. The Tupac before Death Row Records, the all around the world same song Tupac, people weren't on that gangster tip. It was the Death Row Tupac. And all of these people from these outer lying areas all of a sudden became tough thugs. And all the women wanted a Tupac style nigga. So black people, we got to remember that happened, whether you like it or not. It's not about, and I'm not casting aspersions on the Tupac. I'm sure had Tupac lived longer, he would have saw what that was and he would have said some shit to change the tide and to send it back the other way. I'm 99.9% sure Tupac would have done that had he lived longer. He was a young Gemini, raised in a revolutionary family, expressing his revolutionary thoughts and ideals through his music. We don't know how that story would have turned out because he got killed right in the beginning of it. Somebody said he was a romantic thug. Yeah, that's what that. Now I want to become a romantic thug. That's funny. So this is where we became, and this is the direction that we went to as a people. We got to tell the truth about that. Because the only way we can change it is through telling the truth. We can't make up these thoughts of how we want people to be. We got to go with who people chose to be and who they are. You dig what I'm saying? So let's break down how our real gangsters act and who our real gangsters are. See, back in the day, our gangsters used to put their money behind the movement. They used to fund the politicians and the political activists. They will be the money and the arms behind it. This is a gangster that I want to bring up. Somebody who did gangster shit. That ain't it. Someone who did gangster shit who must always be lionized in black society. If y'all don't know who this is T.R.M. Howard. T.R.M. Howard was a true gangster revolutionary. T.R.M. Howard was a surgeon. He was a doctor. After he became a doctor, he used his money to open up different businesses in Mississippi. He hired black. One of his businesses he hired Medgar Evers. Medgar Evers got his first good job under T.R.M. Howard. And I'm giving you guys a Cliff Notes version. I want y'all to look him up yourself. T.R.M. Howard was a black man who in Mississippi believed in guns. He believed in armed resistance to white supremacy. It's said that T.R.M. Howard, not only did he ride around in his truck with a gun rack, he had gun stash boxes hidden in all of his cars. He carried usually at least 3 guns on him. And he instilled in Medgar Evers the value of armed resistance to white supremacy. T.R.M. Howard founded the Regional Council of Negro Leadership, RCNL. RCNL was an organization that fought for black rights throughout Mississippi. They didn't want integration, they wanted reparation. Medgar Evers' first assignment as a civil rights activist was under the RCNL, where they carried guns. They believed if a white person killed a black person, it's on black people to get back at them, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. They were not soft targets. What happened was, what put RCNL and T.R.M. Howard on the national spotlight was the killing of Emmett Till. It was T.R.M. Howard who got the Chicago media to come down and do stories on Emmett Till. It was T.R.M. Howard who put his money up to run ads and talk about Emmett Till nationally. It was T.R.M. Howard who put his money behind exposing what went wrong with Emmett Till. And as we all know, Emmett Till was a spark to what they say. Emmett Till was a spark to what we call the modern civil rights movement nationally. It was him. This wasn't sympathetic white people coming down south to say, hey, let's help the Negroes. No, it was our black business class making it a story. What happened to Emmett Till happened every day down south back then. It wasn't no story. T.R.M. Howard made it a story. T.R.M. Howard made it a story. What happened was in the late 50s, the NAACP did to the RCNL what Black Lives Matter did to local grassroots organizations in Ferguson and throughout the nation. The NAACP came in and changed the narrative. TRM Howard got run out of Mississippi because he was too much with the shits. And when the NAACP came down with their non-violent bullshit, things got a little hot for TRM Howard, so he had to leave Flower Mound, Mississippi, and move up north. And the NAACP took over the movement, and they changed the narrative of the movement from reparations to integration, from armed resistance to